Good evening. This is the evening news on Leadership Television. I am Cynthia Onuado. The Kano State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has ordered the withdrawal of certificate of return issued to Governor Kabiru Yusuf of the New Nigeria People's Party (NNPP) and directed that the certificate be issued to the All Progressives Congress APC governorship candidate in the March 18 election, Dr. Nasir Gawuna. The tribunal gave the order in its judgment on the disputed Kano State governorship election Wednesday afternoon. Leadership reports that the Kano State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal had commenced delivering its judgment via Zoom on Wednesday at the Miller Road, Kano State High Court complex. The federal court in Chicago has ruled that Chicago State University CSU should release all records relating to President Bola Tinubu to Alhaji Abubakar Atiku within 2 days. The court said the former vice president of Nigeria has been able to sufficiently satisfy the purpose for seeking the records. George Jeffrey Gilbert also ordered a deposition of designated CSU officials within 2 days after the records have been released, noting further that the process can be conducted during the weekend if necessary. For all of the reasons discussed above, Atiku Abubakar's application pursuant to 28 USC 1782 for an order directing discovery from Chicago State University for use in a foreign proceeding ECF number 1 is granted, Mr. Gilbert ruled. Respondent CSU shall produce all relevant and non-privileged documents in response to requests for production number 1 through 4 as narrowed by the court in applicant's subpoena within 2 days of the entry of this memorandum opinion and order. The deposition of respondent's corporate designee shall proceed within 2 days of the production of documents. The parties can modify the date set by the court by mutual agreement. Given the tight time frame under which the parties are operating, the deposition can, if necessary, occur on a non-weekday, the court added. The order comes hours after Atiku filed his appeal to the Supreme Court of Nigeria following the September 6th judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal that upheld Tinubu's victory in the February 25th presidential election. Atiku had, on August 2nd, filed an application for the court to order CSU to produce documents relating to Tinubu as well as leave together schools administrators to authenticate any document submitted on the oath. Atiku said the document would be used as part of his challenge against President Tinubu's electoral victory before the court. Atiku, the opposition People Democratic Party PDP presidential candidate, said Tinubu should not have been allowed to run for the office of president because he had submitted a forged document under oath violation of the Nigerian Constitution. As the United Nations General Assembly UNGA continues in New York, the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dr. Dele Alake, yesterday told investors Nigeria's mineral deposit is worth $700 billion. This was made known in a statement signed by the Deputy Director on Information, Ministry of Solid Minerals Development, Alaba Balogun. Alake made the disclosure while speaking on the topic from critical minerals to energy transition, Africa in the driver's seat, at the event organized by the Corporate Council of Africa on the sidelines of the ongoing UNGA. He also said the potential of the sector will soon surpass the $700 billion worth it indicates, and pointed that despite Nigeria being behind some African mining countries, it has the potential to take the lead soon based on the over 44 assorted solid minerals in all 774 local government areas of the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT Abuja. He further stated that Nigeria has always occupied a special position in global energy discourse and Nigeria is ready to play an important role in meeting the global demands for critical minerals. And now to more news stories. Joseph Aloba, the father of the late singer Ilerioluwa Aloba, popularly known as Mohbad, has provided an insight into the swift burial of the late artist who passed away at the age of 27 on September 12th, with the burial taking place the following day. In a recent interview shared by Temilola Sobola at Instagram, Temilola Sobola via Instagram on Tuesday, Aloba gave Yoruba culture as the reason for the quick burial, explaining that it is customary not to delay the burial of a deceased person when both parents are still alive. He mentioned that if Mohbad had passed away at an older age, the option of keeping his body in a mortuary for a later date might have been considered. Aloba further revealed that the land where his son was laid to rest belonged to Mohbad and that he had given it to him to build a church. He clarified that the decision to bury him swiftly was in accordance with Yoruba customs. In Yoruba land, his corpse is not the kind to be kept when both of his parents are still alive, he said. That land where Mohbad was buried is his only land. That is the only land I know him to have owned. Truly, he gave me the land to build my church because we had both agreed to build the church there, and since that's the only land I knew him to have. In other news stories, Chief Executive Officer CEO of one of Nigeria's foremost record labels, Chocolate City Group, Abuchi Peter Agu, has stated that the death of Promise Ilerioluwa Oloba, aka Mohbad, was a very sad one, describing the young musician as a great musical expert. Leadership reports that the death of Mohbad has continued to generate ripples and mixed feelings on the social media space since his sudden death on Tuesday last week. The events leading to his demise and subsequent disclosures by his associates have caused tensions and protests by admirers and aggrieved celebrities who have initiated a campaign called Justice for Mohbad. They have demanded the police authorities and other security agencies to look introspectively into the matter and bring the suspected culprits, particularly singer Naira Marley and associates, in the Malian music label to book. However, speaking as a guest on Leadership TV podcast program, The Big Issue on Tuesday evening, the Chocolate City Group top executive who weighed in on the development, among other issues in the industry, stated that the police authorities were on top of the matter, calling for calm as the nation and stakeholders await the outcome of the investigation.
It's sad. I just feel like we shouldn't lose anyone by any circumstances. But at the same time, it's a case that is ongoing, so I really don't want to comment. I know his manager very well, SI. She's a friend. And I've seen, and just to say, she's one of the people that I feel like for the street pop artists, she's one of the people that has really invested and have, like, this is not her first artist. She's worked with a few other bigger names than she's working with him now. I think it's a sad thing of what has happened. I just feel like we're still here watching to see what the outcome of the investigation is.
Exactly.
So they investigate it. Once they investigate it, then we'll comment. But I just feel like it's a great loss for Nigeria. It's a great loss for the general industry, because I feel like this is one of the greatest experts. It could have been one of the greatest experts. He has a great voice, have a distinct voice, have a huge career ahead of him. So I think it's a great loss.
The music executive said, I believe there are better ways that music labels should deal with their signees, and it should not have resulted into alleged victimization, as we hear from different quarters. And now on to some sports stories. Napoli manager Rudi Garcia hopes Victor Osimhen will regain his scoring form in his UEFA Champions League clash against SC Braga on Wednesday. Osimhen has failed to register a goal in his last two appearances for the Paterno Pie. Napoli will kick off their campaign in this season's Champions League with an away clash against Braga at the Estadio de Municipal de Braga. Garcia is optimistic the Nigerian will score against the Portuguese side. Osimhen started well with 2 goals in 3 games, and we hope he can get back on target tomorrow. The gaffer said, according to Football Italia, the 24-year-old scored 5 goals in the competition for Napoli last season. That's all we have for you here on the evening news on Leadership Television. Many thanks for watching. Of course, for more news stories, you can log on to our website www.leadership.ng. I am Cynthia Onwado. Have a good day.
Sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.